I always felt like I would have this experience of like not feeling well. And then when I was at the doctor, I'm like, oh, I feel good. And then it would just take over everything else I had been experiencing before. Like, what was I feeling or whatever. So I learned to kind of take some notes for myself because I knew I would go into the appointment being like, okay, I would always have an agenda before I went in. And some of it was related to like medications or ongoing care. It would help me to either, I don't know if I would say like from appointment to appointment, write down notes, but just to on days where it's like, okay, this doesn't feel great, like be aware of like, okay, let's kind of take a little note here with a date and kind of how you're feeling and maybe other things I was doing that could affect that, because the doctor is going to have their own day too when you're there seeing them. And so it's like if you go in there and you feel like you don't have anything to say and then they're just doing kind of like their routine checkup, like you're not going to get as much out of that appointment. And then I always made sure if I had to have labs that I would get it done before the appointment, like whatever labs I needed, because I learned that early on too, where I would go and then they'd be like, oh, we need these labs. I'm like, oh, if I had these labs before, we could be talking about that right now.